The book of Proverbs holds timeless wisdom for wealth, stewardship, and success. So today, we'll uncover 10 powerful Christian finance tips to help you prosper in 2026. Let's get started. So, what if you could finally achieve real financial peace? I'm not talking about just getting by or that constant low-level stress about money. I mean walking into your future with genuine confidence and clarity. Well, today, we're going to dig into some absolutely timeless principles from the book of Proverbs, written by one of the wisest and wealthiest people in all of history. It sounds like a bold question, right? But what if the answer to our modern money problems isn't some newfangled app or complicated strategy? What if the wisdom we need has just been sitting there for centuries waiting for us? We're going to find out if these ancient ideas can actually work for us today. And to do that, we're going to walk through a simple 4-pillar framework. We'll start with your mindset, then move into action, talk about setting wise boundaries, and wrap up with something called the generous flow. So let's get into it. All right, our journey starts right here with pillar number 1, the foundational mindset. Because honestly, before you even think about a budget or an investment plan, true, lasting wealth, it starts right between your ears. It starts with what you believe about money. This one verse. This is the bedrock. Everything else we talk about is built on this. Now, don't let that phrase, fear of the Lord, throw you off. It's not about being scared of God. It's about a deep, profound respect, an understanding of where everything you have actually comes from. So, financially, what does that look like? It means understanding this one massive truth. You're a steward, not an owner. That's a huge shift, right? It takes you from thinking, this is my money, to I'm managing these resources for God. Trust me, that one change in perspective can revolutionize every single financial decision you make. And that idea expands into the rest of the mindset. A prosperous outlook is one that chases wisdom, not just get-rich-quick schemes. It finds contentment, which is the ultimate weapon against that toxic comparison culture we all see online. And it means speaking with faith, because the way you talk about your money totally shapes how you handle it. Okay, so how do we make this real? It's actually pretty simple. Start by inviting God into your money decisions. Seriously, just ask. Read a proverb a day. Get intentional about gratitude. Write down 3 financial blessings, big or small. And try to catch yourself when you complain about money. And then flip the script. Replace those words with words of gratitude and faith. So, with that foundational mindset starting to take root, we can move on to pillar 2, diligent action. This is the blueprint. This is how we start building on that strong foundation with real, practical steps. Man, this verse just draws a clear line in the sand. This isn't about being rigid or never having fun, but it's a huge warning against financial chaos. Diligence means you have a plan. Without a plan, you're just putting out fires. A plan puts you in the driver's seat of your life. And let's be real, this flies right in the face of our modern get-rich-quick culture. The book of Proverbs is crystal clear. Money that comes too fast often disappears just as quickly. The real path to lasting wealth is slow, steady, consistent. It's about gathering little by little. Okay, so what's the game plan? First, make a monthly budget. Tell every dollar where to go before the month even starts. Second, work with excellence and integrity. Work as if God is your real boss, because he is. He honors effort that's aligned with good character. And third, automate your savings. Consistency will always beat intensity. Now, once we start building, we have to protect our progress. Pillar 3 is all about setting up wise boundaries. It's about avoiding the common traps that can completely wipe out all your hard work. It's like building a beautiful house, but forgetting to put locks on the doors. And let's make this super real for a second. The average American has over $6,000 in credit card debt. That's not just a number on a screen. For so many people, that's a heavy weight. It's real stress. And this modern problem makes the ancient wisdom about debt more important than ever. This proverb, wow, it doesn't pull any punches, does it? It's so blunt because it's so true. Debt isn't just a math problem, it's a freedom problem. It steals your peace tomorrow to pay for an impulse today. And let's be honest, credit cards, buy now, pay later, it's all just a modern version of this ancient trap. So this means we have to set some really clear boundaries, stop financing things you just want use cash or a debit card. For any big purchase, create a 30-day waiting period to pray on it and get some clarity. And you have got to be so careful about co-signing loans for other people. Good intentions need wise limits. You can still help people, just not in a way that puts your own financial house in jeopardy. And that brings us to our final pillar, and I'll admit, this one can feel a little counterintuitive. Pillar 4 is all about the generous flow. It's this paradox that says giving is actually a key to financial growth and to finally breaking that fear of not having enough. Now, this isn't some magic trick. You could call it spiritual economics. See, when times get tough, our human instinct is to clench our fists and hold on to everything we have. But this proverb suggests that real security, and even growth, comes from trusting God enough to open our hands. It's a principle that runs on faith, not on fear. And we're not talking about emotional, reactive giving here. Biblical generosity is intentional. It means you set a giving goal, you give with a joyful heart, and you trust God with the outcome. It is such a powerful act of faith. It's you declaring that you believe God is your true source, and it absolutely shatters that scarcity mindset so many of us are trapped in. So there you have it. We've covered the 4 pillars: mindset, action, boundaries, and generosity. Now let's bring it all home and talk about how you can start putting this ancient wisdom to work to find financial peace, like right now. Here they are, all together. Think of it like building a house. Your mindset is the solid foundation of stewardship. Your action is building the frame through planning and saving. Your boundaries are the fence you put up to protect it by avoiding debt. And generosity, that's opening up the windows to let the blessings flow both in and out. See, it's a whole system. But listen, this might be the most important thing I say today. Please don't get overwhelmed. Do not try to do all of this overnight. The road to real change isn't a giant leap. It's a bunch of small, faithful steps. So just pick one thing, one single principle or practical step, and just focus on that one thing this week. So I'll just leave you with this question: mindset, action, boundaries, or generosity? As you look at those 4, which one is kind of jumping out at you right now? Which pillar will you choose to start building this week?